Yo, what is up? So in this tutorial, we're going to be starting a little bit of a series that might take a while. This might be one that sticks around for a while. We'll see. If it does good, we'll keep doing it. But basically, we're going to be starting a Souls-like project. I have a little project here where I'm testing some stuff out, and then we'll be moving like stuff that I'm testing out into the tutorial. And yeah, for part one, we're basically just going to be doing a simple project setup and stuff, getting it set up to get started. But the types of things we're going to be implementing, it's going to be a pretty, detailed tutorial. It's probably not going to be exactly beginner friendly, but don't let that discourage you. I mean, if you're a beginner, you could probably follow along, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. But so yeah, some of the things we're going to be implementing are going to be things like, character creator, combat system, AI systems, like standard like Souls flask system, the little checkpoint systems, and all of that. And yeah, it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot. So let's just hop into it. So first we're gonna create a project. I'm gonna be using 5.2 for this, so I'm gonna launch 5.2. Alright, so once you get it open, we're gonna go to games here. We're gonna choose the third person template. Choose where you want your project location to go. I'm just gonna use my D drive right here, and then you can check starter content. We may use some of that. Actually, we will probably use some starter content. So definitely check the starter content, make sure that's checked. And we're just gonna name the project. I'm just gonna name it Souls Like Tutorial. And then we're gonna create the project. Alright, so once the project's open, something I like to do is I don't really like the way Unreal Engine 5's layout is. I like the way it was in Unreal Engine 4. So what I like to do is dock and layout. We're just gonna get rid of that content browser. There's also tends to be another one open here, so we're just going to exit that one. We're going to go up to window up here, content browser, and we're going to choose content browser 1. That way it docks like this. I prefer to work like that. But yeah, so right now it's just the base template. You hop in and play. We just got our player character, nothing in there. So first thing we're going to do, one of the key factors about Souls-like games is, like, I would say most people like to use controllers with this. So we're going to be implementing controller support. Unreal Engine in the box comes with Xbox controllers being able to work, but we're going to implement being able to use PlayStation controllers as well. We're not going to do that in this video, but we are going to go ahead and add the plugin that we need. So just go up here and type in raw. And Windows raw input, we're going to check that, and then we're going to restart the project. Alright, so now that we have it restarted, something else we're going to be doing is we're going to be using metahumans for the project. So we're going to I'm going to hop over into the metahuman creator and just kind of give some notes on how you want to make your metahuman characters for, to implement them into character creator systems and stuff like that. So we're going to hop over into the Metahumans website. So once you're in here, you probably just want to use the newest version. I'll leave a link for getting to the website down in the description. But we're just going to use the newest version, and then we're going to launch Metahuman Creator. It can take a little minute, so just give it a little minute and it'll open up. Alright, so once you get it open, you can create a metahuman. You have the create tab, and you have your tab for metahumans you've already created. I'm not gonna create a metahuman in this, but what I'm gonna do is show you some metahumans that I have created and give you some notes on what you need to do when making a metahuman for a character creator system. So I have all of these characters that I already have from a previous character creator system that I've made. So I'm just going to open up my base character right here, which is this character right here. And we're going to hop in and edit it so I can show you a little bit about what you're going to need to do. So main thing is, as far as the how you want your metahuman to look, you can make the general shape of the face and stuff however you want. Skin color, we're just gonna use, you know, like a standard Caucasian color for, you know, the base color. You can make anything your base color, but for me, I'm gonna use a standard like Caucasian color. Because we're going to implement systems to be able to change these colors within our character creator system. So this isn't, you know, this isn't going to be too important. Eye colors, we probably won't implement being able to change eye colors, but maybe we'll add it. Maybe. But teeth, we also probably won't really be messing with that. So you can do whatever you want with the teeth. Makeup, do no makeup off the start, because we may implement a system to be able to add makeup and stuff. So for now, don't do any makeup. Head shape, or head, like the hair, we're gonna do no hair. Choose no hair, because we're gonna be making our own hair. And also, something to keep in notes, another note I would suggest with your head shape, because we're making our own hairs. Something I noticed in the last character creator system that I made, I had a lot of problems with the back of the head. So I would recommend going into your sculpt option, and I would recommend pulling the back of the head as far up as possible. Like right here on this little option, when you click sculpt right here, you can pull the head in. So I recommend doing that. Pulling it in as far as possible, because you can get some wonky like clipping with the back of the head coming through some of the hair and stuff. So definitely try to pull that in. So as far as eyebrows, you can kind of choose whatever you want. I'm gonna untick that sculpt right there. Eyelashes, not very important. We're not really going to be messing with that. Mustache, we're going to go no mustache for now. We're going to go no facial hair for now. And as far as proportions, you want to choose for all of the characters, all of the basic like templates that we're going to be choosing. You want to use, you don't really want to add more than one you know, proportion. We're just gonna have like one base body style, because if you add more than one, you're gonna give yourself like a ton of more work as far as like making equipment and stuff like that. Because the more proportions you have, the more times you're gonna have to, like, you know, 3D model equipment, the same equipment piece to fit around specific body types. So I would recommend just sticking with one body type for both male and female. We will be making female characters, so you will have to do it twice at least for equipment stuff. But there's ways of getting around it too, depending on the type of equipment. Like say if the equipment, you know, covers everything, then you could probably use the same equipment for male and female. But if it's showing any kind of skin at all, then you'll need to probably make 2 versions of that type of equipment. So just keep that kind of thing in mind. So we're just going to use average, the average, this top one right here. And as far as clothes, you want no clothes, so we're going to go none right there, none on the bottoms. And shoes, you can't go none, but once we get this into the project, this won't really be a problem. You'll see why. I'll show you why. So yeah, that's kind of all the notes I have for you in here. Just try to make the character as plain as possible. Don't put any facial hair on. Don't you know, don't put any makeup on. Don't do anything like that, because we're going to be implementing, you know, a character creator system. So you want them to be as basic as possible. And kind of like this. Kind of like this. And just to show you some more examples, I have some other characters, because we're gonna make, you know, more than one character in Metahuman to be able to swap between. You know, we're gonna use other pieces from other Metahumans for our character creators. So this was this was our base one right here, just to show you some other ones. I've got another older guy right here. So as you can see, you can change details about like their face and their head shape and stuff. That's fine, but keep a note. Try to pull in the back of the head for the hair and stuff. Some of the female characters, same thing. You want them to be as basic as possible. No hair. You know, no makeup. As basic as possible. So yeah, that's kind of all the notes I have for you in here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna hop into the project and we're gonna go ahead and add our base player, our base character. So let's hop into Unreal Engine. All right, so once you're in Unreal Engine, we're gonna go down to the content browser here. We're gonna right click. We're gonna add Quixel content. And we're gonna go to the Metahumans tab right here. And we're gonna go to My Metahumans, and we're just gonna grab our base character right here. Because I just made some changes in there, I'm gonna have to like download and update. But usually yours will say download here. You downloaded it. I'm gonna recommend downloading this at medium quality. It'll download the textures at 2K. If you do highest, I'm pretty sure it's 4K. Which, I mean, you can do that if your PC can handle it, but for me, I'm gonna use medium quality because my PC isn't, you know, my PC isn't the greatest in the world, so I tend to stick with medium quality. So you just want to download it, and then we're gonna add to the project. All right, so once you get into the project, we can just close the Quixel stuff down for now, and we're gonna hop over here into our Metahuman, our base character right here. Once you either pull it into the world or open it up, it'll ask you to enable these plugins. So we're just going to enable missing, enable missing, enable missing, and then it'll ask you to restart the project. So we'll go ahead and restart. Oh, whoops, wrong button. I'm gonna just restart. So yeah, once you're restarted, you'll be able to pull the character into the world, and I think we're good for that now. We're not going to implement adding this character quite yet, not in this video. That'll be in the next part. So the last thing I want to do for setting up the project is I've been testing out some inputs and for keyboards in Elden Ring. We're basically going to be using Elden Ring as like a, you know, a little bit of a template for how we're going to be setting it up. And we want to hop into our IMC default because right now our jump button is set to space, and we don't want that. Souls does not use the space bar for jump. Space is used for your dodge roll. So Elden Ring has their jump button set to the F key. And these are Xbox buttons. So let's see what is that one set to? Button bottom, yeah, that should be fine for jump on there. So now, instead of using the space button, we're going to be using the F key like Elden Ring does. And then obviously, once we implement using PlayStation controller, we'll set up all of that as well. But for now, that's basically all we want to do. That's the beginning of the series. We are pretty much good to go. But for now, that's going to be pretty much all we need to do. And in the next part, we'll be setting up, you know, getting our Metahuman working as the player character. And then after that, we're going to, you know, break up the character into little pieces so that we can use them for our character creator system and stuff. But yeah. I appreciate you watching the video. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you're new around here, definitely subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know those down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.